Alright, so as you already know, the Wade Whipple Show came out yesterday, and everyone is watching it and giving their thoughts on the show. So I figured I would give my thoughts on the show too. And just in case you don't know, there is a cameo of a certain red echidna in there, just in case you weren't aware. So we're gonna get to all this right now. But subscribe to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe, okay? So yes, the show came out yesterday. The show is called Knuckles, even though it's really the Wade Whipple Show. And I watched the first 4 episodes yesterday, and after episode 4, I needed a break. So I finished the remaining 2 today. And I guess you want to hear my thoughts on the show, right? It was mid. It was mid. I'm not mad because there were so many warning signs that it was going to be mid. Like, the moment we got the initial leaked synopsis ages ago when they said Wade was going to be a focus, I was like, okay. Wade, you're giving the worst character in the Slime movie franchise their own show? Like, obviously that's gonna be mid, right? Let me put some screenshots of the show on the screen so you don't get bored of seeing my channel page. Obviously we can't show like footage, but at least some screenshots will make it seem more fitting. But yeah, like, Wade getting his own show, that was never gonna be a good idea, right? And then some reviews came out early, those who got to watch it before it came out, and they were like, Wade has got more screen time than Knuckles. They're like, Knuckles has got this many minutes of the show, and then the amount of minutes Knuckles is in the show is less than half of the runtime of the actual show. And you really feel that in certain episodes, like especially episode 4, like episode 2 even, like, oh, it was a man. I feel like it was a CG thing, like they didn't want to spend too much money on CG. Like there'll be scenes where Knuckles is like there, but you don't see him for like ages because they're just talking to other people, but he's right there. Like, I wrote down a bunch of notes so I wouldn't forget, you know, what to say. Like, I wrote down notes per episode just so that we could like remember everything, okay? Also, I was on this page. Apparently Christopher Lloyd was in the show because there was rumors they had been cast. I was like, I didn't see Christopher Lloyd anyway. He's in Back to the Future. I recognize him. Apparently he was Pachecamac or Pachecamac or however the fuck you say that shit. So yeah, Christopher Lloyd was in the show. Very interesting. Anyway, let's read through the points I got on my phone so I don't forget this shit, okay? Episode 1. I think that was one of the stronger episodes, actually. I found it funny how Knuckles saw the construction workers at the Wachowski home and attacked them because he thought they were intruders. I thought that was on brand for movie Knuckles, so I kind of thought that was funny. I thought Knuckles interacting with Chief Pachecamac was fun. I thought that was cool. That's all I wrote for episode 1. But also, like, I like seeing Kid Cudi. You know, Kid Cudi is Kid Cudi, right? I'm a bit biased in that sense because I listen to Kid Cudi, so, you know. Kid Cudi's a musician? Yes, Sonic fans. Listen to Man on the Moon. Episode 2. I shit you not, the only thing I wrote down was too much Wade. That's all I wrote down. Like, it was just... I think that was the episode where Wade was trying to rescue Knuckles from Kid Cudi and the British chick, and... yeah, it was just a lot of Wade. A lot of Wade, okay? So, yeah. Episode 3. Enter Wade's family. The shit is a hot mess. I wrote down, Wade's sister is annoying as fuck. The sister's not believable as an FBI agent. I mean, she's too goofy to be like an FBI agent I'll take seriously. Like, really? Her FBI agent? I don't buy that shit. Wade and the sister were arguing for ages, was fucking stupid. You almost forget that Knuckles was even in the same room as them. Like, they were on the dining table. It was like 4 of them. It was like Wade, Wade's sister, Wade's mother, and then Knuckles. And Wade and Wade's sister just be arguing. And it's like, Knuckles is not even anywhere in the shots. Like, we're trying to save on this, you know, budget, the CGI shit. Just focus on the other areas kind of thing. It was and the sister's so fucking annoying. Like literally. It's like, honestly, like, Wade's mother was probably the least annoying human in the room at that point. Like, she was actually okay, right? She was actually chill. And Wade's mom said Knuckles is basically Jewish. So Knuckles is black and Jewish now, apparently. So Knuckles is Drake, okay? Knuckles is related to Drake. So Drizzy, when we gonna get that Drake and Knuckles collab? I'm just saying, okay? Like, maybe a song for movie 3. I'm just saying, okay? Now that Knuckles is black and Jewish, like, I think it's only fair, okay? But anyway, that's my points for episode 3. Episode 4 points. I also wrote the worst episode bar none. I stand by that. That shit was horrible. Using the flames of disaster for some Wade bullshit, I'm reading exactly what I said, is downright disrespectful to the lore of this franchise. I don't care how you feel about 06. We don't do that shit. I wrote that. I said, why are we watching Wade dressed as Knuckles where Knuckles is in this show and the show is called Knuckles. Why? Why would we need that? It's not like a comic thing. It's not like when you play 06 and you get to the hubble and there's a guy dressed as Sonic, like, I'm Sonic Man, like, he wants to be as cool as Sonic. It's just like, this is the Knuckles show. Knuckles is here. Why is Wade dressing up as Knuckles when we could just be actually watching Knuckles? Why? Does that make sense to you? Like, why is there a musical number featuring Wade and Jack Sinclair? I don't know. Is it Glee now? I don't know what's going on. Episode 4 is a fucking mess, man. I wrote, Knuckles' dead ass wasn't even in this episode besides the beginning and the end. This is ridiculous. Yes, episode 4 is... That's when I had to shut the thing off and do something else. I came back to the other 2 episodes today. Episode 5 points. Who the fuck Wade's sister thinks she is calling Knuckles a dork? Knuckles should have checked her for that shit. I mean that. Because for the most part, Knuckles was still well written. In terms of his dialogue, it was pretty much on brand as like what you would expect from movie Knuckles. Maybe a bit more tame because he's not like the villain here. Like there's way less stakes in this show than in the movies, because they always do that because they don't want to put the big stakes in the show. They want to save that for the movies, right? So, you know, might as well change these images to something else. That's Pakakamak, Cardi, and that. But yeah, let's leave it at that. But yeah, the stakes were low, but Knuckles was still pretty much Knuckles. But that was the one time I was like, Knuckles, you really gonna let this bitch call you a dork? Like, her? That goofy ass fake FBI agent? Like, she should have gotten her wrist broken or something, right? Like, remember movie 2 when Agent Stone tried to say some shit about Knuckles and Knuckles like, what the fuck? Like, your shit getting broken. I'm just saying, okay? So yeah. I also wrote down, why isn't Wade mad at his dad for abandoning him? Dude acting too nice when meeting him. Yeah, Wade, like, grow a fucking backbone. Okay, what the fuck? Wade's dad, deadass, said he left because he was searching for lanes. As in bowling lanes. So, dude walked away from his family for bowling. Like, really? The fuck? Then he betrays his family again. But definitely it's not no Papa's got a brand new excuse in terms of quality. I'm just saying, right? If you don't know what the fuck Papa's got a brand new excuse is, it's one of the greatest episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If you don't know what The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is, please educate yourself. But Will Smith, if you don't know who that... No. Will Smith, his dad wasn't around in the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Dad shows up for one episode. Will's like, yeah, my dad, I'm happy to see him again. And the dad walks out. It's an emotional moment. Just go on YouTube, type in Papa's got a brand new excuse. If you want to see true quality writing and acting, you just go type in Papa's got a brand new excuse. Okay, that's like the gold standard of like dad left and he temporarily came back and there was an altercation. That's the gold standard of that. This is not that. Is what I was trying to say. This is not that. Okay. When Kid Cudi and the British shit came back after, you know, the bowling guy that Wade's dad betrayed Wade and the family again, right? And they were like, they would kill Wade's sister if they didn't bring him Knuckles. And Wade was like, I'm okay with that. I was like, okay, that was kind of funny. I'll give you that one, Wade. That was okay. You know, Wade, you're a bit of a weasel, but I like that line. That was good. Your sister be punking you too much. Like, you know, let them kill her a little bit. All right, final episode, episode 6. This is probably the second best episode, I guess, after the first episode. Wade's sister is so annoying that she don't even want Wade to save him. SMH. That's what I wrote down. Like, Wade was unlocking the handcuffs for his mother and the sister was like, nah, I'm not, don't save me, I can save myself. She dislocated a whole thumb just so she could get out of the handcuffs to prove that Wade shouldn't say. Who is writing this shit? Who is what right? Okay, I don't know who's writing this shit. Okay. So this whole bowling event thing is going on and Knuckles isn't even there. The whole thing he was training Wade for. Later on, we see he's at the bar. This is defo a CGI budget issue. I mean, I guess Knuckles did show up at the end of the tournament, if you know what I mean. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you haven't watched the show and you're just watching this, I mean, I guess spoiler alert, but it's a bit late for that. Wade's dad is a bowler. They're at a bowling tournament, so Wade has to beat his dad in the bowling tournament, you know, because his dad is a con. I can't say that word. They're gonna demonetize my shit. But yeah. It's a whole mess, okay? Wade's dad calling Wade a loser kind of hurt, to be honest. Even though Wade kind of is exactly that, but still, you're his dad. I literally wrote that. Like Wade's dad is, oh god, horrible, horrible, horrible. The fight at the end, they had to make the humans useful like they always do, but of course Knuckles does the real work. So just like you get in the Sonic movies, like you get that moment where Tom the cop's like, my friends, and gives some fucking speech and then does like a little thing, but he's a human so he can't really do anything significant, and then Sonic will wake up and actually do the real work. You had that same moment with Knuckles and Wade, basically. And also I wrote down, are we really just retconning what the Flames of Disaster is now? Like, Knuckles getting fiery fists is now the Flames of Disaster? Like, we just taking phrases from the main canon and just changing their meaning over here? I don't know what's going on. I wrote some bonus points down as well that are not like specific to an episode. Oh, I already said this one. Knuckles is mostly fine in this show. It's just like movie Knuckles, but a bit more tame. I said the best episode is most likely the first one. The last one might be the second best, I guess. I also said none of these episodes are higher than a C tier. Episode 4 is the worst and most likely a D to E tier. I stand by that. I said the theme song is a great pick. Yeah, they picked the 80s rock song for the theme song. It was a really great song, actually. I'm gonna have to add that to my Spotify playlist. I mean, it's not really much of a Sonic song if you want to go for that kind of stereotypical, like, is it Crush 40-ish? No, but it's a great song. I like it. I also wrote, hopefully Wade is less of a loser in movie 3 because of this show. Otherwise, this show would be a complete waste. I mean, I guess the whole point of this show was to give Wade a bit more depth, and I guess he did get some more depth. He became slightly less loserish. So if movie 3 comes along and Wade is a bit less of a weasel, then at least the show did something good, right? Because otherwise, if he shows up just as weaselly as he was in movie 2, then it was a fucking waste, right? So I really hope that, you know, I really hope Wade is improved in movie 3. I still don't like Wade, you know, but I saw a tweet that kind of summarized kind of how we feel. Like, Sonic 1 way lacks in commitment to the source material and makes up for in heart. Yeah, I could kind of see that. Sonic 2, about as good of a Sonic movie as you could ask for, aside from the strenuous 6 minutes in the middle that commits to the human characters. And then Knuckles just plain bad. I mean, Sonic 1 I gave about a 6.5 when it came out. Sonic 2 I gave about a 7.5. Knuckles I'd probably give a 5 to a 5.5. That's probably where I would go, right? Sonic 2, I said this before. You can go back and check my review. I said the wedding scene wasn't the worst scene in the movie. I said Wade was the worst part of the movie. I stand by that. The wedding scene was better than Wade. Wade was actually somewhat tolerable in movie 1. In movie 2, he was definitely worse. But yeah, this show was just, it was not it, right? Am I mad? No, because again, the expectation was not there. Frankly, Sonic hasn't really made me mad since like 2010. Okay, that's not true. Maybe since like Forces. Forces was the last time I got really like mad and disappointed at like a Sonic product. Because, you know, even though they still make disappointing products, like my expectations are low now. So it doesn't faze me the same way, right? Forces, I still kind of had like hope because we made excuses then. Well, everyone still makes excuses, but I stopped making excuses after Forces. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? I'm not mad. It's mid, but, you know. Currently, the reviews for Sonic Movie 1 are still at 6.5 on IMDb with 159,000 votes. Sonic 2 is at 6.5 with only 87,000 votes. I don't know how the votes are so much lower when Sonic Movie 2 did outsell Movie 1. I don't know what's going on with that. Knuckles is currently at 6.7, but it's only got 664 votes, right? Remember, when the votes start, it starts off higher. Like when the fanboys vote, and then more people watch it, and then it goes down in score. So right now, it hasn't even got 1,000 votes. I remember the Sonic Movie 1 and 2, they were in the 8s when they first got reviewed on day 1. And then as more people saw it, it went down to 6.5. So assume that Knuckles will get lower than 6.7, unless casuals really like it for some reason. But like, even if you remove the it's supposed to be a Sonic show thing out of the equation, Wade is not a main character material. He's not main character material at all. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, right? Unless you took like your kid to watch the Sonic movies and they said their favorite character was Wade. If they said that, oh boy, have I got a show for you. But like, if they didn't say that shit, I'm like, why would I make you watch this? You know? I asked people how they ranked the show. 12% said S tier, 11% said A tier. The majority of people said B tier. 10% said C tier, 13% said D tier. B tier is like a safe ranking for a Sonic project where it's like, you know, it's not really that good, but you like Sonic, so you're gonna give it a B because it still sounds better than anything below B, right? It's kind of like, it's a safe thing to pick where it's like, I'm giving it a good score, but I'm not being too ridiculous, right? By giving it an S tier, right? So, you know, it is what it is, right? Let me know what you guys think about this Knuckles show. It's very possible that Sonic Underground has been dethroned as the worst Sonic TV show, but again, I don't want to watch Sonic Underground again to confirm that statement, so who knows, right? I really don't want to watch Underground again, but it made me think about it, so the fact that it did that, you know, is what it is, right? Movie 3 better be a lot better than this. I'm guessing they didn't have the same people working on the show that did working on the movie. Probably like a side team who gave no fucks about the lore at all, like 0 fucks. But it is what it is, man. Knuckles show, sorry, Wade Whipple show, Knuckles cameo. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Just like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. More content coming soon to the channel. But yeah, man, that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.